Hello, gentle herb gardeners. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's often whispered about in hushed tones, a technique that, well, sounds a little messy, smells a bit funky, but honestly offers incredible power to your soil: the banned raw milk soak. This isn't your average garden tea. It's a potent, historically used, yet frequently discouraged method of turning what many folks consider dairy waste, expired milk, whey, or even buttermilk into a dynamic calcium and microbial soil drench. We're going to explore how this fermented potion can introduce massive colonies of beneficial lactobacillus bacteria and readily available calcium directly to your garden beds, transforming soil health and nutrient cycling. The cornerstone of this technique lies in fermentation, specifically the action of lactobacillus microbes. When raw or unpasteurized milk, or even pasteurized milk if you introduce a starter like yogurt or buttermilk, is left to age, these bacteria thrive, consuming the lactose, or milk sugar, and producing lactic acid. This process not only preserves the mixture, but also makes the micronutrients within the milk highly available. Most importantly, milk is a fantastic source of calcium. And through fermentation, this calcium is chelated, meaning it's bonded to an organic molecule, the lactic acid, making it exceptionally easy for your plant's roots to absorb. Think of it as a natural, highly efficient calcium supplement and probiotic shot, all in one. The reason this method is often banned or discouraged isn't due to its effectiveness, but because improper fermentation or storage leads to putrefaction, which can create a horrible odor, and, more importantly, potentially allow pathogenic bacteria to proliferate, especially if applied without adequate dilution. To safely and effectively create your raw milk soak, you must prioritize controlled fermentation. Start with unpasteurized raw milk, expired whole milk, or pure whey. The quality of your initial ingredient directly impacts the microbial diversity of the final product. If using pasteurized milk, you must add a microbial starter like a tablespoon of unflavored live culture yogurt or a splash of pure buttermilk per gallon. The basic process involves placing the dairy product into a container, securing a lid that can release pressure, like a loose cap or an airlock, and allowing it to sit in a cool, dark place, ideally between 65 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit, or 18 and 24 degrees Celsius. The fermentation process can take anywhere from 3 days to 2 weeks, depending on the temperature. You'll know it's ready when the mixture has fully separated into thick curds and thin, yellowish-green whey, and the odor is pleasantly sour and yeasty, not rotten or sulfurous. Now, the cardinal rule when you're applying what I like to call the banned raw milk soak is, well, massive dilution. Using the fermented liquid undiluted will probably coat your soil, create a strong odor, and might even harm the good soil life out there, just because of the high acidity and concentration. So, the general safe and honestly pretty effective ratio is 1 part of your finished fermented whey or milk concentrate to 10 parts water. For instance, if you're working with a small batch, you'd mix 1 cup of the fermented concentrate into 10 cups. That's about 2.5 quarts of water. And for a larger garden drench, you'd go with 1 gallon of concentrate to 10 gallons of water. You want to apply this diluted drench directly to the soil, right around the root zones of your plants. This is what folks call a soil drench. It's especially helpful for fruiting veggies like tomatoes, peppers, and squash, since they have high calcium needs and can suffer from things like blossom end rot if they don't get enough. I recommend applying this drench once every 2 to 4 weeks during the main growing season, and maybe a little more often after heavy rains, since those can wash nutrients away. Oh, and you can also use it as an occasional foliar spray, but at an even greater dilution, 1 part concentrate to 20 parts water. That way, you're introducing those good microbes right onto the leaves, which can help suppress fungal diseases like powdery mildew. So, the main reason folks call it banned is because of the risk of introducing pathogens and honestly, the pretty strong odor you get from putrefied milk. But here's the thing, this is totally taken care of by a controlled fermentation process and proper dilution. The beneficial lactobacillus species are super effective at outcompeting the bad microbes, and the low 3 pH created by the lactic acid is just plain hostile to most common pathogens. Now, if your final product smells absolutely terrible, like rancid meat or goodness vomit, just don't use it. You've gone into putrefaction, not fermentation. As for odor during application, that 1 to 10 dilution is usually more than enough to make the sour, milky smell fade quickly, especially after a light watering. Just focus on drenching the soil, not letting the liquid pool, and, honestly, the benefit of rapidly boosting the lactobacillus population in your soil, helping break down organic matter and improve nutrient availability, far outweighs that brief temporary sour smell from a properly fermented drench. This raw milk soak technique really is a remarkable cost-effective way to close the loop on food waste and, well, enrich your soil with nutrients that are easy for plants to use, plus a strong microbial boost. Give your herbs and vegetables the edge that comes from ancient wisdom and good, natural processes. If you found this deep dive into soil probiotics and natural calcium sources helpful, I'd sure appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of our practical, in-depth gardening guides. And hey, share this video with another gardener who appreciates a good, old-school technique. Happy growing!